Okay folks, today we are heading to Canadian Tire just to get something because I want to do a full review on the Camco heated water hose. I've seen lots of videos on YouTube, but yeah, they kind of left me thinking I needed a little bit more data because those hoses are quite expensive. So anyway, I've got the hose and we're going to do a proper test with a little bit of real world data. The heated water hose features these beautiful illuminated lights on the plugs. That way you know it's on. Let's see what the temperature is. It's the coldest night of the year so far. Let's see what the temperature is. Minus 4.8 Celsius. It's freezing. Let's see what the temperature of the hose is. Let's see what the temperature is coming into the RV. Oh, very toasty warm. 17 Celsius. Okay, this is what we're talking about today, the heated Camco water hose. I have now installed it and gave it a good test last night. Now, one of the actual reviews that I did notice online that was silly was from somebody that didn't read the instructions. There's actually a fitting included so that you can plug it in on either side. Somebody didn't realize that. So depending on where your electrical outlet is, you can plug it in on either side. This insulating end is also included, and that'll help keep part of the water outlet warm. But before you even think about doing this, you're going to need to insulate and put a heat tape on your water line, or else this whole thing is useless. On the thermostat side, we're getting a reading of 27 Celsius. That's quite warm. Don't make the mistake that so many other people that don't read the actual instructions do. Make sure your thermostat is exposed to the elements so that it actually turns on when it's cold. If you bury this thermostat inside a warm heated bay of your RV, it's not gonna work. Seriously, folks. When we check the temperature of the water that came out of the heated water line, it's quite warm, not hot, 18 to 20 Celsius. Let's see the temperature of the water coming out after I let it run. The water temperature after you let the water run, a lot cooler, 12.5 Celsius. So obviously it is raising the temperature of the water supply fairly significantly. Keep in mind this infrared temperature gun is only accurate to plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius, and from my initial observation and tests with other thermostats that I have in my RV, it's actually showing 2 degrees too low. Current background temperature is 0.3 Celsius, so it's getting pretty close to freezing now. Okay, in the past I was always just using heat tape and one of these little insulated pipe covers, and it worked really well. Too well, in fact, that the water was so hot you could actually shower out of. I talk about that in one of my previous videos I did a few years ago. While I'm very satisfied with the Camco heated water hose, I will be honest with you that you can probably get better results by making your own, insulated water line with some heat tape and some insulation. But your water's going to be really warm. And because so many of these heat tapes have failed, I would recommend double redundancy by wrapping them with 2 separate ones so that if one fails, you got a backup. Because let's face it, you don't want to have to deal with something freezing that's critical. So that's my 2 cents worth from here in British Columbia. Put your comments down below and keep your wheels in the ground. I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.
Winter wonderland, my winter wonderland is the time of year. My winter wonderland, my winter wonderland. I wanna sing about the Christmas on its way, a reason to hang around and celebrate this day. Everyone's smiling and it's snowing. It's the time.